In this segment, we'll talk about the crushing cost of piracy. I'm joined by Marcus Baker, Chairman of Marsh's Marine Practice, and David Jackson, Director of Operations and President for Canadian Sea Marshals. There's nothing romantic about pirates. My guests agree. They're not really pirates, they're extortionists.
Generally, any ship owner is going to buy at least 3 elements of cover, which is his hull, his P&I, and the cargo cover. So what's generally happened is that the piracy element of cover is moved into the war policy. So under that, whilst there's no specific coverage or inclusion or exclusion for ransoms, we have seen elements paid under those particular parts of the account. And so I think that the hull underwriters, the war underwriters, are prepared to look at this as well. There are basic elements of cover in general basic cover that a ship owner will buy. Obviously, the K&R policies that we're seeing an awful lot of people look at and buy give a degree of certainty. They give a degree of certainty over the ransom payments, how they're going to be handled, who's going to sit on, who's going to actually deliver these ransom payments to the pirates. They don't cover physical damage to the ships, but you would hope that will be covered by the war policy.
What's happening is the Somali pirates, in general, have built this great business model. I've talked to guys that are business professors at Harvard and Yale, and the dollars that they're earning are phenomenal. For the length that it's been going on, it's a great business model. So what's happened is you now have another sanction of pirates on the west coast of Africa, the Nigerian pirates. They're starting to copy this model. So the old saying of, oh, we're just going to avoid the area, we're going to go around, it's not so much the picture anymore. So there's definitely been the upturn towards employing more armed guards on vessels, but in doing so, there's a lot of logistics involved.
Insurance companies are taking a slightly more competitive view on pricing if armed guards are placed on board ships.
Yeah, we've had a ship owner call, and at the very last minute he said, look, my crew wants off this vessel. They're not going through the piracy zone. In 18 hours, we managed to turn around one of our teams that was transiting and get him to his vessel. And for a ship owner, that saves him a lot of time and money. To switch out a crew or say, hey, we're going to send the vessel around, it's just very, very costly.
The lovely idea of Johnny Depp running around with a patch over his eye, it has this romantic feel to it, okay? And we almost romanticize what's happening in Somalia by calling them pirates. It's going to get nasty. So we're seeing a global sort of copycatting of some of this stuff. And you talked about West Africa, Benin, Togo, Cameroon as well. We've seen incidences. Nigeria, obviously, with the Niger Delta emancipation guys. It's not a safe occupation anymore, and so beyond the natural dangers of being a seaman, I think to have this as well, it just adds some complications and some worries for ship owners and crew.
Kudos to all the world navies that are out there, and we try to work with them as much as we can, because you've got 24 naval ships that are patrolling 11 million square miles.
In order to get to some of these incidences within an hour, as I said, they need 83 warships there, which is impossible at this stage.
Yeah.
Marcus shared an important statistic. No vessel has been hijacked that had armed guards.